So currently there's some pink noise running from a signal generator in Pro Tools. We just need to make note of which our output is. So currently we've got output 1 and 2 set on the channels. Then over at the patch bay, we're going to be looking at the bottom right-hand section and we're looking for Pro Tools outputs. Those are the outputs that come from this Focusrite claret unit. We were using Pro Tools output 1 and 2 in Pro Tools, so that means I want to put my patch cables into Pro Tools output 1 and Pro Tools output 2. And we're then going to link those into the mixing desk into line inputs. Now I'm going to use 23 and 24 just so that it's up at the far end of the desk. So that's Pro Tools output 1 into line input 23, Pro Tools output 2 into line input 24. We're then going to move over to the mixing console, and on channels 23 and 24, we first need to go to the input section, which is this section at the top, and we need to engage the line input as that's where we're sending the signal into. So this little switch, line, we need to press those in, and then we're going to set the two gain rotaries, the input gains, to unity gain. You can't see it on this, but there's a 0 up at the top, which is unity gain. So what that means is that we've got the signal coming in and it's not being turned up and it's not being turned down. So once we've dealt with the input section, we're going to come straight down the channel to this output section, and first of all to our routing switches. So this is going to dictate where the output is being sent to, and we're just going to select left and right. We're then going to go to these pan pots directly above on channels 23 and 24, and we're going to pan 24 to the right and 23 to the left. And then our faders are going to dictate how loud that signal is sent to that output. So we're going to put both faders up at 0. And you will notice we've now got signal on both of those channels. Our two channels, our left and our right, are sending out of output L and R. And what that refers to is across here, we've got this blue fader, which is our left and right output. So if I raise that up to 0, we'll see that the signal from Pro Tools, which is currently pink noise just coming out of Pro Tools, is now sending to those 2 meters. To listen to it, we need to raise the monitor level. That is the control that is going to allow us to change how loud we're listening to things in the studio. So if I raise that up, we can hear the signal. And if you notice, as I turn down the right-hand fader, we lose the right-hand side, we lose the left-hand side. Currently, we're listening to that through the big monitors. If I wanted to change it to the smaller Genelecs, I would just hit this Alt monitor switch. By pressing that in, we can switch between the two sets of monitors.